consistently on this build. We're still getting contact dunks. I've been having a ton of fun on a center build like this in the park, in the rec, in NBA 2K26, and we are off to a very hot start to get the year going. I do have a lot of content coming out for you guys, gameplays, anything else you want to see on builds that I'm dropping. Make sure you're hitting the like, drop a sub, turn the notifications on. You're not going to want to miss anything we have coming out for NBA 2K26. I'm telling you right now, this game is going to be a good one. Without further ado though, let's get right into the build. All right, so getting into the builder, we are going to go position center, height 7'1", 258 pounds with a max 7'7" wingspan. I think these 7'1" centers are going to be very, very good this year. The taller builds really are moving really well, and they can shoot consistently if you get your jump shot timing down. Getting into the stats though, we are going to start with finishing. Driving layup at an 80. This is going to help us get our Bam Adebayo floater, as well as some other really good stuff. We get silver float game and silver physical finisher, so you're going to make a ton of layups on this build. Like I said though, throw Bam layup style on, get those Bam floater, toss up some Bam floaters. They're very, very good this year. 74 driving dunk is going to get us bronze posterizer, which is going to go right along with our 90 standing dunk, which gets us the big man contact dunks, as well as gold rise up and gold aerial wizard. Anytime I'm seeing a gold badge this year, I automatically think it is an area I could potentially max +2 at some point if I wanted to. So keep that in mind as we're going throughout the build. Onto the shooting though, we do have an 80 mid-range, a 78 3, and a 91 free throw. This is a build I'd bring to the fives. I'm gonna bring it to the rec, somewhere I'm gonna play a lot, where I'm going to be having the potential of shooting free throws. So I wanted to make sure I was knocking those down at a high rate. 78 3 is going to get us bronze Deadeye and silver set shot specialist, which this is definitely somewhere on a build like this that I would max +2 that for sure, to get Hall of Fame set shot specialist and shoot super consistently, because this at the end of the day is basically like a 2K25 inside center, but we do end up getting shooting on it this year. It's just a little bit different. So we want to be able to shoot consistently while still being able to grab rebounds. I mean, my inside center last year had a 94 offensive, 90 defensive, and then I cat broke it to 99. So that is going to be very similar, except for we're going to be able to shoot on it this year. 80 mid-range, that's going to get you the bronze post-fade phenom. And like I said, it's just going to help you with your shooting overall. I think 80 is a very good threshold to try to hit on either your mid-range or your 3 on taller builds this year. It feels like it's consistent from the first however many games I have played, and I'm really liking it. 87 pass accuracy, gold dimer, gold break starter, gold versatile visionary, and bronze bailout. I'm not super impressed with the passing so far in 2K26. I guess we'll see what happens when everybody gets all their badges. But right now, I would go with an 87. I don't want to waste too many attribute points going higher because I don't see it being worth it quite yet. Onto the defense though, we do have an 82 interior, 62 perimeter, and an 84 three-pointer. Or 84 block, and then we have silver high flying denier, silver paint patroller. We're going to end up getting bronze immovable, which we're not going to use a ton, but having that perimeter defense is going to get us better contests on the perimeter and just help us get a few stops if we're jumping at a guard or something like that. 82 interior, also going to help with that silver post lockdown, silver paint patroller. I mean, we're 7'1" max wingspan. People are going to have a hard time scoring over us in the paint if you're playing good defense. You might not love these defensive stats, but this is an area where you could specialize in your defense. This is probably what I'm going to end up doing on this build, is specializing in defense. You can throw cap breakers on your block to get it to an 88. You could honestly, then you could just max +1, max +2 your high flying denier, paint patroller, or post lockdown. Having those on gold and Hall of Fame will get you plenty of stops in the paint. Onto the rebounding though, we have a 94 offensive rebound, which we will eventually cat break to 99. This is where I would suggest putting your first 5 cat breakers once you unlock them from your crew or from the rep race or whatever you want to call it. But I do think that putting this on a 99 offensive rebound, getting legend rebound chaser and legend box out beast is definitely the place to put those first 5 cat breakers. 90 defensive rebound, you already have legend offensive rebound, or you already have legend rebounding badges, so having a 90 is going to be plenty for getting those defensive rebounds. And most of the time you will be in position anyway, so you're going to have people boxed out. You don't need as high of a rating into the defensive category most of the time. Onto the physicals though, we do get a 61 speed, which is not bad for a 7'1" inside center or 7'1" center build. 47 agility, 91 strength, but if we go back, as you can see, you have the ability to go to a 95 if you ever wanted to, so that would get you the Hall of Fame brick wall, but we are going to start out with gold on this build, and then a 77 vertical, gold pogo stick, going to help with your rebounds, going to help with your dunking. It's honestly just as high as you can ever put your vertical on a build like this. You want it. It gives you way better rebound animations, I've noticed. And something else to note here, as you can see, we do end up getting the high flying denier in tier 2. So that is something you would think about as you're going to make this with your max plus 1s and 2s. You really want to, a big thing about builds this year, you want to check how they're looking or what tier the badges are in, because it's going to really impact where you can put those max plus 1s and 2s. And also, I've also not been super heavily basing my builds off of them just because they are in the season pass and they're pretty far in. So a lot of the time, I mean, I'm not buying the season pass, maybe you are, but a lot of the time I will not have those anyways. So I do end up going with the 80 or with the ratings that I want to get those badges and not fully counting on the max plus 1s and 2s, but it is definitely something to keep in mind. One other thing I did want to mention, as new people are getting into the build or have not super familiar with it, 2K is this year putting on the best animations that you get on your build, if that makes sense, or what they say are the best. So they're using AI to just automatically equip the best dribble moves, hop shots, pull-ups, anything else you can think of, all this stuff. I didn't put any of this on. 2K is just automatically putting this on, and they will equip it to your build once you unlock a lot of the Wemby animations on this build, or on this build, which is very, like, I mean, when he's moving like that at 7'4", a lot of his animations are going to be good in this game. Still have a lot of stuff to lab, but like I said earlier on in the video, make sure that you are putting on the Bam Adebayo layup floater. We're gonna take a look at that also, because I mean this floater is just insane. If you have not looked at floaters yet this year, you can pull it from super deep. The green window is massive. I mean, you guys saw it, we only had an 80 layup. Look at how big that green window is, and we're able to pull from outside the free throw line super consistently. This is insane. And the fact that we can just do this over and over again, all because we have that 80 layup rating. You really only need a 78, but it is going to be very, very good this year, so make sure you guys are hitting that threshold. That is going to be it for the build, though. So we get shades of Jack Sikma, Joel Embiid, and Victor Wembanyama. Paint scoring, glass visionary. As you can see, lacks post scoring ability. We're not a post scorer. An unacceptable touch under the basket. I mean, standing layups, you're going to make them a lot of time anyways. Again, that's just another post scoring thing, and I don't think it's a really big deal for what we're trying to do on this build. It's just a very good 7'1" max wingspan popper. And if we do go to test, we can go to custom test. I'm not sure if it saved my jump shot from earlier. It did. This is the jump shot I would recommend putting on this build. I mean, very, very consistent. And if we go in to test it here in the freestyle, you guys will see I did post a video on this jump shot. But if you are not going to check that out, then you might as well see what we are doing on this build. I mean, look at that. The release point is right at the top of your head. I have it on push. You can change that around. But this jump shot feels super consistently. Obviously, we're just testing it in here. But I've played a couple rec games and some part games on a build, on the center build just like this. I made a couple here early on in the year. And honestly, once you get this timing down, it is just chicken. You are not